Happy holidays from Houston. We're underway at NRG Stadium. It will be Laube on the return. Dylan Laube runs into his own man at the 28 and spun down there. No doubt AJ cannot afford in that tight AFC playoff picture to take any opponent lightly. Ashton Jeanty in the backfield on first down and 10. Play action for Geno Smith. And taking a deep shot down the field, incomplete.
Willing to try to hit a deep shot over top.
Empty backfield on second down and 10. Geno chased out of the pocket. And Smith will throw this one away. Smith throwing incomplete. Was looking for Jack Besh of opponent drives. That's the highest rate in the NFL. Add another one to their tally with Jalen Knoll back deep to receive the punt from A.J. Cole from his own 19-yard line. Knoll is tackled at the 24. With that lingering ankle injury, so Nick Chubb starts in the backfield. On first down, Stroud has all day, and he fires toward the sideline, and that pass is no decision yet. Nico Collins caught it. Was he inbounds? No. Incomplete. And this is a pitch. And it's Jordan with that big breakout game a week ago, picking up 3. Stroud looking left. Here comes the pressure. Gets rid of it and completes it for a first down.
He knows where he is at all times and knows how to get it to him.
Stroud back to the air and incomplete over the head of Nico Collins. Run it here with Nick Chubb right up the middle. And Max Crosby and Jonah Laulu are waiting for him. A gain of 2. Another third and long situation. 3rd and 8. Here comes the blitz. Stroud standing in the pocket, throws, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Hutchinson.
I'm stepping aside, but letting him know that, hey, we're coming after you and it's not going to be an easy day.
Tommy Townsend punting to Alex Bachman, who missed the last 2 games with a thumb injury. Fields this one cleanly at the 16. And Bachman not down yet, and now he is at the 21. Second drive for Las Vegas. And they give it to Trey Tucker with Bowers blocking ahead. Tucker shoved out of bounds by Kamari Lassiter. There's Ashton Jeanty on the ground, and he is going to be just short of a first down.
Some of him, but a lot of the offensive line.
3rd down and 1. Geno is intercepted. It's Derek Stingley on the return. Stingley with a touchdown.
Charles here, they go play action. He's just looking for Jeanty in the flat, and he gets pressure from Hunter. But just a miscommunication and a bad throw by Geno Smith. The play's not there. Throw it away, but to go for that pass and put it behind him, that's just way too easy.
Stingley Jr. went 3. Sauce went 4. Sauce flashed faster. The Stingley Jr. lately, he's been the guy.
Away. Extra point by Fairbairn. Laube on the return. And hit hard. And taken down. So Geno Smith now tied for the most interceptions in the NFL with Tua Tagovailoa, and Ashton Jeanty gets the call on first down.
It wasn't even the vicinity of the receiver who was breaking out. He throws it inside into the crowd of red.
Jeanty. Good job by Ashton Jeanty, and that is why Las Vegas picked him number 6 overall, but we do have a late flag coming out.
Holding. Offense number 66, that's a 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
It would have been a 21-yard run wiped out by the penalty on Parham, and they go back to Jeanty. And we're going to go to New York. They're down to 7. Pressure coming, Geno, and it is caught along the sideline by Bowers. Let's see where they spot him. Stand. So on 4th down, the Raiders will punt with Knoll back deep and calling for a fair catch at the 18-yard line.
I'm not playing it back here. I'm not putting my defense in that much jeopardy.
Gene, thank you very much. On first down, Stroud to the air and a little wild with that pass.
This isn't just a term you throw around casually with Max Crosby.
Stroud, quick pass. Collins has this one. And tackled immediately by Eric Stokes. Collins and Stokes on the bottom of your screen here on 3rd down and 4. Stroud looking that way, now comes back left, throwing deep down the field and incomplete.
This year for the Raiders has been Eric Stokes.
This is Townsend punting to Bachman. And Bachman from the 25. Trying to get to the outside, turns the corner at the 30, cuts it back up, and a good return by the veteran Alex Bachman, who spent 2 seasons on the Texans practice squad. Legal block against Las Vegas, so they push him back all the way to the 20-yard line on 1st down. Geno Smith to Mayer. Petrie's there, and Mayer does a good job after the catch, and he'll be close to a 1st down. Mayer picked up the 1st down. Jeanty and Petrie is there. 2nd down and 9. Geno's pass popped up in the air and incomplete. Intended for Tyler Lockett, and a flag is down in the secondary.
Pass interference on the defense, number 24. That's a spot foul, and got it. 1st down.
A Raiders team that was shut out a week ago in Philadelphia when Kenny Pickett started for the injured Smith. This is Tucker. Great speed, but a great tackle by Kalen Bullock.
Daniil Hunter on the field. Avoid the edges at all costs.
Here's Bowers reeling it in at the 40, trying to fight his way forward, and a good job by Bowers. Jeanty up the middle, and Jeanty doesn't get there. E.J. Speed, who's starting today in place of the injured Azeez Al-Shire.
He's trying to draw him. I don't think they're going to run this.
And they will not. And the Texans fans approve.
That's a 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Las Vegas does not have a lot of great success on 4th down this year.
I mean, just filled it and was right there.
Knoll is the deep man, fielding it at the 12. Knoll with a flag down is tackled out of bounds, and now a 2nd flag comes in after a 46-yard punt.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 42. That's a 10-yard penalty. 1st down, Houston. Timeout.
If what Jason talked about this Houston team doing early, see if they get to it, trying to run it a little more.
Here's Jordan. And Eric Stokes makes the tackle after a gain of 1. Brown played for the Raiders in 2019 and 2020. 2nd and 9, quick pass, Jordan. And he is tackled for a loss on the play. 3rd down and long. Here comes the pressure. Stroud gets rid of it and completes it. Well short of a 1st down. Just a gain of 2, and Stroud was under fire on that play.
Led by their defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham.
Townsend punting for the 3rd time. Bachman backtracks to his 28. And now Bachman to the 40-yard line. So good field position here for Las Vegas. Jeanty on 1st down. Jeanty picks up 3 yards. 2nd down and 7. Geno Smith has some time, taking a shot down the field for Besh. Separation in the catch. Besh inside the 25-yard line. Miles Bryant on the tackle, but Jack Besh with a career-long 37-yard reception.
Charles, that was just a fantastic throw by Geno Smith. Because Derek Stingley Jr., you're going to see him coming. He tries to undercut the route, and he puts enough air, and that's what they call one of those layered throws.
And create another big play.
Geno fakes it to Tucker. Now comes back to Tucker. He's open. He's got some space. Tucker inside the 15. And Trey Tucker.
Leading up to Christmas, I could be at home with my wife shopping, and it's craziness going on, but I get to hang out with you guys. So
1st down and 10 for Las Vegas. Tyler Lockett in the Raiders locker room. Get you an injury update in a second as Jeanty is pushed back. And that was To'o making the tackle. 2nd down and 9. Here's Mostert making the catch at the 11 and spun down at the 8-yard line.
See if Will Anderson hits Bowers coming out here.
3rd down and 6. Geno to the end zone, and it is caught by Bowers for a touchdown. Charles Davis all over it. And Brock Bowers has his 7th touchdown of the year.
This Houston defense has played so well all year, and they knew the threat of Bowers. I was surprised that Will Anderson let him get the free release off the line of scrimmage. I thought he might try and chip him and throw him off his timing, but when he got the free...
Las Vegas already with more yards in the first half today than they had all of last week in Philadelphia. Extra point by Daniel Carlson is good. As Carlson kicks it away, Smith and Knoll back deep. This is Knoll, who is tackled by Tommy Eichenberg.
Get a little bit of boot action and get C.J. Stroud outside of the pocket.
Here's Jordan on 1st down. Jordan takes it out to the 33-yard line.
118.
2nd down and 5. Play action. Stroud rolling right. He's got some room to run. He will, but he goes out of bounds short of the sticks.
And Trevor Lawrence hitting his stride.
3rd down and 3. Stroud over the middle. He's got a wide open Christian Kirk, the former Jaguar, into Las Vegas territory with a 1st down and 22 yards.
What an excellent route by Christian Kirk. He sets this up and makes it look like he's going to the outside and sneaks back underneath right here. Excellent conversion on 3rd down.
Texans quickly get to the line. Stroud back to the air. And another completion to Dalton Schultz, his tight end. Up front on that offensive line. Likes the way they're starting to gel together, but not on this play. But Jordan trying to do his best. Finally tackled by Devin White. Stroud fakes the handoff. Now throws over the middle, too high. So Kaimi Fairbairn comes out to attempt a 55-yard field goal. And this one, does it have the distance? It does. Fairbairn is good from long range.
Quietly has a chance to win 3 straight division titles off of a team he took over. Been, what, 11-38-1 in the previous seasons? Incredible job he's done. Great report, AJ.
Ostern is smoked on the return.
For the last month.
On 1st down, Geno looking deep and fires toward the sideline. Nearly intercepted. Was it picked? No. Oh, very close. There's Jeanty on 2nd down. Across the 30 and down at the 32-yard line. Good protection. Smith throws. Bachman makes the catch, and he's got a 1st down, making the play in front of Lassiter. Jeanty. 45 yards on the ground. Jeanty trying to add to the total. And spinning his way forward. He's going to be a yard shy of a 1st down. Charles Grant comes in as an extra blocker on 3rd down and 1. Jeanty is stuffed by E.J. Speed. So a 3rd and 1 pitch play comes up empty, and Pete Carroll sends out the punt team.
And we talked about the edge. He talked about Daniil Hunter. Watch him right there in the middle. He gets...
Jeanty has now lost yards on 35 carries this year, 2nd in the NFL behind Saquon Barkley. As a fair catch is called on the punt with 5:19 to go in the 1st half. Woody marks out today. Jawar Jordan takes the handoff here, up the middle. And Max Crosby jumps on him and tugs him down from behind. And now the Texans in position to make the playoffs once again. Not afford to slip up today. As Stroud throws on the run along the sideline, and Schultz makes the catch. A gain of 16.
We've talked this entire game about C.J. Stroud's inaccuracy and the ball being high and away a lot. I think a lot of it's been due to footwork. Hadn't been able to step in the
prior
throws.
to the pass, an eligible receiver legally downfield on the offense, number 60. It's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
3rd penalty against Houston. Stroud, and he goes right back to Schultz. Stiff arm by Schultz, and he's crunched at the 19 by Devin White. A gain of 10 as we approach 4 minutes to play in the first half. 3rd down and 2. Stroud, touch pass, and it's caught by Collins. Beautiful pitch and catch there, a gain of 17.
And that was perfect footwork for him. And I think they want to go fast now. Be careful with it with Houston. And they want to jump it up. Look at Nico Collins. Goes up over the top of Darian Porter. And they're right back at the line of scrimmage ready to attack.
And back to the air for Stroud, who's got all day. Good protection, and now he'll just throw it away.
And allow him to do the hard work and go up and come down with it.
Stroud rolling right, throws. And he's got another completion along the sideline to Christian Kirk.
Linebacker Azeez Al-Shire, who's not out there right now. He's been coaching up different guys. He's been very vocal. It's a very contagious energy along here.
AJ on 3rd down, another first for the Texans. Christian Kirk muscles his way into Las Vegas territory for a 9-yard pickup.
Best rhythm on offense in the first half for Houston.
Here's Jordan. Jordan sneaks through. Another Houston first down. And CD, you talk about that rhythm. C.J. Stroud started 2 for 7. Since then, he's 8 of 10 for 66 yards.
Jason made such a great point in the game about the pressure he was facing, and because he was under siege, his footwork suffered. But I think on this drive, footwork has come back. But look at this drive blocking right in front. Key pickup from Minnesota, and he's played very well this season.
They run it with Jordan again. Now in field goal range at the 32-yard line. And Las Vegas only has the 1 timeout. Stroud, quick pass, and it's dropped by Stover unless they call it a catch and a fumble, which they are right now. Stokes down the sideline, and he's going to go all the way for a touchdown. 3rd down and 5. Stroud, incomplete. A 50-yard attempt for Fairbairn, already good from 55 today, and this one is good as well. So 2 field goals today of 50 or longer for Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead is now 6 with 50 seconds to go. Only have 1 timeout. Pete Carroll lost a challenge back in the first quarter.
Look what they did. They ensured Mostert got the ball this time. They've been kicking away from him.
Mostert stutter step at the 25 and tackled at the 31-yard line with 44 seconds to go. So I believe they picked up the flag. So
they must have picked up the flag.
44 seconds to go on 1st down. Smith, here comes the pressure, and Geno Smith is sacked. It's Will Anderson picking up the sack, and he now has 11 and a half on the year. And the Texans call timeout.
Will Anderson coming from the left side, working one-on-one on Glaze, and does a good.
Geno will run it with Jeanty. Ashton Jeanty. It's a hard hit and is stopped at the 30. Figured the Texans will call timeout. They do.
Brought him in to be able to help protect.
They do run it again with Jeanty. And Ashton Jeanty to the 39, a couple of yards shy of a first down. Cole kind of mishit that one.
This guy impacts you on your final plays.
Stroud looking deep for Nico Collins. 2 Raiders are back there, and it's incomplete. Called for defensive pass interference from Philly. Called it a learning experience as the Texans will just run it here with Jordan. And I don't know if they'll be able to spike it in time. They may not want to spike it in time. That is going to be the final play of the first half. Las Vegas trying to stop an 8-game losing streak. And on the return, it is Knoll. Across the 20, cuts it upfield, and Richardson makes the tackle at the 30. Moment ago, AJ with Pete Carroll.
Some belief, and he's trying to transmit that to his team.
Nick Chubb on 1st down. And Chubb picks up a couple. 2nd down and 7. Stroud over the middle, incomplete. No flag on the pass intended for Nico Collins. Now there's a flag back near the quarterback.
Legal use of hands. Hands to the face on the offense, number 79. That's a 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
The way they moved up was by trading with the Raiders for that pick. Quick pass here, Stroud to Schultz. Poor job of tackling by Jamal Adams allowed Schultz to get a couple of extra yards.
Bunch up top and maybe an inside breaking route we saw in the first half.
3rd down and 8. Crosby coming off the edge. Stroud gets rid of it along this sideline. Tough play and incomplete. Bachman is back deep to receive the punt by Tommy Townsend. Bachman, this is returnable from his own 12-yard line. And Bachman cannot get to the 15. Here's Ashton Jeanty, and he gets a yard. Jeanty 16 carries, 52 yards. Back to Jeanty. And he sneaks through. Ashton Jeanty then caught from behind by Miles Bryant.
And they're sticking to trying to run the ball here to start the 3rd quarter.
See if they run it again on 3rd and 2. They do not. Geno Smith, quick pass. Bowers is wide open. Brock Bowers picks up the 1st down. And it begs the question, how does Brock Bowers left that alone? His 4th catch, he also has a touchdown. Jeanty. Lassiter comes up to finish him off. He's got 62 in this ball game. Play action here. Bowers is open again, but closing quickly is Petrie.
Done a great job with helping him convert and make him a playmaker from the nickel spot.
3rd and 6. Jeanty down the field. He's open. He's got it at the 30. Jeanty, stiff arm, stays on his feet. Touchdown! What a play by the rookie! Ashton Jeanty, a 60-yard touchdown. Down of the year is 9th overall.
And the underrated part of Ashton Jeanty's game, his ability to catch it out of the backfield. Came into this weekend 7th among all running backs in the NFL in catches on the year. And they get him out there isolated, working against a linebacker, Henry To'o.
Extra point for Daniel Carlson, and this one's blown dead. The play clock was expired. And this is going to be against...
being snapped, delay game, offense, 5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
I was going to say, how do you get a delay of game on an extra point?
So Carlson moves back 5 yards, and now to give Las Vegas the lead. And the kick is good, and the Raiders strike to open up here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Knoll on the return. Only man back deep, and Knoll is tackled just shy of the 30.
118, set.
Jordan trying the right side. The Raiders are ready. That was Malcolm Kuntz and Landon Roberts coming over to make the play. A loss of 3.
When you've lost 8 in a row and you believe you have a shot at something, everything rises for you.
The morale of this team, and despite their record, this is a unit that has really stayed together. They have a level of professionalism that they have maintained throughout the ups and downs of this season, and they're really trying to put good film on tape, as we're seeing today, guys.
And this started with the pressure up front. C.J. Stroud forced to get outside the pocket. Malcolm Kuntz on one side, Max Crosby on the other side, and forced to dump it down. But that allows Jamal Adams. He's seeing all of this go on back there, and now he can dial in. And my goodness, the one thing...
No question about that.
3rd down and 15, and the Texans run it. Crosby with a tackle for a loss. Mad Max in the backfield, and there's some boos here in Houston.
And he came out of that like it was a 100-meter dash, full sprint. Watch Max Crosby. Almost got there at the handoff for Ogunbowale.
Myles Garrett has more tackles for a loss this season than Max Crosby, as Las Vegas forces its 4th 3-and-out today. Bachman calls for a fair catch, ball lands out of bounds. With 7:36 to go in the 3rd. Former teammate Jason. Now Geno Smith back to work. Pressure's coming, and Geno is sacked. Derek Barnett with his 3rd sack of the year. And a loss of 13 on 1st down.
There's so many guys in this Texans defensive front that can win. And my goodness, Forsythe was in front of him. And that's what we used to call, you make another...
Momentum had switched on him. We need something now, and he gave it to him.
Jeanty to the 22-yard line. Throwing on 3rd and long. Smith was winding up deep, now throws, and it is deflected and incomplete. That was Petrie who got a hand on it. We asked Nico Collins about his teammate Jalen Noel, who's back deep to return this punt. He said he's explosive, and it's obviously the people that you work with that you think about on this. And how about Nico Collins to the 40-yard line?
Made sure that happened as well. You look just as good now as you did then, my friend.
You know what, Gene? You had nothing to worry about that day because I was scared of my own shadow, and you could have had a brutal call, and you wouldn't have heard anything about it from me. Thank you, Gene. Thank you, guys. Appreciate our entire crew, all the men and women in the truck, and all the people I've had to.
Defense settled back up after things were going in the wrong direction. They need to capitalize on it here.
Stroud locates an open Jordan with some room to run, and Jordan comes close to a first down.
Started to use a little bit of it last week in a big win against Arizona.
3rd down and 1, a pitch. Here is Jordan trying to get the first, and he does not get there. Polamalu coming over.
To come full speed downhill. Really good job by the Raiders defense.
Fairbairn from 49 yards away to put the Texans back on top, and he drills another.
They have moved Laube up to make sure that Mostert gets the ball deep.
And this one bounces in the landing zone and then through the end zone. So a good kickoff there by Fairbairn. As we take a look at some of the early headlines. So Las Vegas, because of the kickoff, starts at the 20. And here is Jeanty on the ground. And we told you about this stat earlier today. Play action for Geno Smith, and he's got Tucker open. Trey Tucker picks up a first down.
And you're making this a tighter game against an explosive Houston team.
Jeanty and E.J. Speed is right there. First 6 years with the Colts, and now in his first season with the Texans. Smith back to Tucker. And Tucker is pushed out by Stingley. We'll see where they mark him, but it's very close. Jeanty trying to get downhill. And I wouldn't call that downhill, but he tripped over the pile to pick up the first down. Number 1 by far in the NFL. And movement, and Will Anderson was a little ambitious. But the refs are. Wow.
On the offense, center. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Raiders had gone the last 3 games without an offensive penalty. They get one there as Mostert gets the carry and takes it up to the 48-yard line for a gain of 6.
Have got to control them in the run game as they did earlier today.
Smith on 2nd down. Tight window throw is incomplete. Geno looking the other way for Lockett. And Lockett's tackled immediately short of the first down. Jalen Petrie was not fooled. So Noel is back deep. And he lets it go over his head. And bounces back around the 10-yard line where the Raiders are there to down it. Texans 3 possessions this half. 10 plays for 26 yards. And they're going to start this one with an extra 5 yards thanks to the Raiders.
Infraction, number 98 of the defense, unabated of the quarterback. That's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
2nd and 4. Stroud to the sideline, incomplete. In the direction of Jaden Higgins, and that quickly brings up 3rd down. Stroud over the middle. He's got the incompletion in the first down for 35 yards. Stroud thought about running, now dumps it off for Chubb. Pinball down after a 9-yard pickup. Devin White on the tackle. Chubb picks up the first down. And it's still going. Nick Chubb into Las Vegas territory, and then Crosby catches him from behind.
There are no just shoulder tackles. So Chubb gets this ball. One, Stokes can't wrap him up. Lonnie Johnson, that's just a terrible effort to make a tackle from a free safety. And then Max Crosby, look at the effort of this guy, where he's running from when he sees the tackle isn't made, is able to run Nick Chubb down. A really good run by Chubb of keeping his feet moving. But the story of that play was the bad tackling.
C.J. Stroud was trying to run after Max. Stroud and Stover is tackled this time.
Detroit would count today.
2nd down and 8 for Stroud. And too much space for Jordan allowed by that Raiders defense.
At least taking one of those dagger shots towards the goal line.
Chubb, and this time he's stuffed. Tonka Hemingway like a truck in the backfield.
Hemingway right here on the inside, and watch what he's able to do once this run play gets started. Gets in the backfield.
Vegas 2nd in the NFL in tackles for a loss this year. They have 5 today. Stroud has another completion to Jordan. Crosby once again comes flying in to make the tackle after a gain of 6. On 3rd down, Stroud looking deep for Nico Collins, incomplete. And a flag comes out.
Pass interference on the defense number 32. That's a spot foul on 1st down.
So now 1st and goal for Houston. They have yet to score an offensive touchdown today. And Thomas Booker, the former Texan, jumps across.
On the defense number 99, half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
And you notice where they were snapping the ball. That means the call was not made in the end zone. And Blake Fisher now in the ball game, the extra offensive lineman.
Stroud to the air, throwing, touchdown! Dalton Schultz. Too easy for Houston. And they have their first offensive score today. Third touchdown of the season for Dalton Schultz.
Just a really good call by Nick Haley. The Raiders defense, everyone.
And it pays off well for Houston.
Big extra point to make it a 2-score game, and Fairbairn is good. Have Bachman and Lauby back. Remember, Mostert limped off after a carry on the Raiders' previous drive, and he's not back out there. Smith to the air on 1st down, and Besh with the catch, and Lassiter immediately makes the tackle. Here comes Will Anderson, and Will Anderson able to hit Geno, but he stays on his feet. Smith now racing to the sideline, trying to turn it up and goes out of bounds. Great balance by Geno Smith.
Geno Smith doesn't compete because he had every reason to just go ahead and go down, and that's the end of this play. And he keeps it alive and hot puts it away from Danielle Hunter with a big-time jump on the side. There's Max Crosby. We need something, fellas. But I'm sure Crosby appreciated it.
Smith fires, low throw, caught by Tucker, and that's a 1st down. 6 minutes to go. Jeanty takes the handoff, and he gets close to midfield.
That you've had all game long.
Jeanty again. Trying to break it to the outside, he does. Ashton Jeanty still going. What a run! Jeanty, his 2nd touchdown today. Without a run of at least 15 yards. That one goes for 51.
Ashton Jeanty's 2nd 100-yard game of his young career. First one against Chicago earlier this year, 138 yards. And Pete Carroll, he told A.J. Ross coming out of the half, if we play our butts off, there's a chance for good things. Bryant missed him in the open field. He was the best opportunity to get him down.
Extra point by Carlson is good. Knoll is the only deep man. This one bounces at the 16, fielded on a hop by Knoll. And Knoll is crunched on the play. That's Tommy Eichenberg again, who leads the Raiders in special teams tackles. Nick Chubb is the running back on 1st down and 10. Stroud doesn't field the snap cleanly and falls on it. May have taken his eye off the ball on that snap, and a loss of 11 on 1st down.
Did he just take his eye off of it?
Jordan on 2nd and long, and Tyree Wilson got an arm around him.
Really good decision maker in this situation.
And these guys here better make tackles.
Stroud from his own end zone looking deep down the field. A flag comes out on Porter. Tangled up with Nico Collins.
On the defense, number 26, that's a spot foul, and an automatic.
I'd like to see a safety over the top to protect him.
A 21-yard penalty, but more importantly, it gives the Texans a first down inside 4 minutes to go. Texans using up this play clock. It's inside 5. Stroud looking to throw. Quick pass caught by Hutchinson, who's tackled immediately by Isaiah Polamau. Stroud steps up, throws on the run. He's got a man for a first down. That's the first catch today for Jaden Higgins. A gain of 17.
And this is a classic quarterback drill and climbing the pocket. Watch what he does when he gets back and he gets into his drop. And when he gets into his drop, now he's got the vision, and here comes the climb.
Jordan, the running back. And Jordan breaks free. A first down run for Jawar Jordan.
There's Fisher, the left tackle now. There's swing tackle.
Jordan. And Pete Carroll calls his final timeout.
Most of them as a receiver. Only one season as a defensive back.
2nd down and 7. Jordan. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Thinking there should have been a face mask here on Booker, and they may have a point. Meanwhile, there's a lot of attention now for Trent Brown, as the Houston training staff is out to take a look. As
he and Schultz got tangled.
Let's see if they run it to use clock, or if they pass and go for the win. On 3rd down and 8, Stroud back to throw. Taking a deep shot again for Collins. Adjustment! Was he in bounds? Yes! Collins delivers! A 23-yard gain, and the Texans will escape with a 2-point win.
You talk about trust and a connection between C.J. Stroud and Nico.
After reviewing the play, it was a completed catch. However, the guy that caught the ball was down inbounds. He was down at 1:56. By rule, we need to run 10 seconds. Please put the game clock at 1:46, and we will wind it up on my signal. Play clock will go to 30. Play clock, 30.
The Chargers next weekend.
And we saw them move the ball a little bit throughout the game. They couldn't convert in the red zone. And those are the things.
Good game here in Houston today, and happy holidays from all of us. For Jason McCourty, Charles Davis, A.J. Ross, and our entire crew, this is Andrew Catalan saying so long from Houston. Texans win 23-21. Now to Detroit. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo.